Hey guys, Smith with Minute Man. It's coming at you on another cold winter day, and it's getting close to being evening out right now. I'm having some issues with the heat inside the 2007 Ford Expedition. Unfortunately, in the wintertime, you're going to want to have some heat. So let's go ahead and see if we can get this electrical issue figured out today. Alright guys, coming at you from inside the cab, my 2007 Ford Expedition with the 5.4 liter Triton motor. And the issue I'm having right now is that my front blower motor isn't turning on. Now that can be caused by a wide range of issues, including fuses and relays that you can find located on the side underneath the passenger board. They will get to that later, as well as fuses and relays inside the hood. The best way to figure that out is to find your service manual for a particular truck or look it up online. I happen to have mine in the glove box, and check over those fuses. Let me demonstrate the issue I'm having for you right now when the truck is on. There's that beautiful Triton motor noise from the cam phasers. When I turn on my front heat, there's nothing there. The blower motor isn't doing anything. Now I can cycle through, whether it's defrost, whether it's coming out the main vents or by the feet, and I can actually hear the vent actuating on the inside, so I know that that's functioning just fine, directing which way the airflow goes. It's just not giving me any air. Now the back, I'm sure you guys heard that turn on. The back fan is working just fine, but the front one is not. So let's go ahead and check some fuses and see if we can figure out what the actual issue is. Alright guys, now here I am on the passenger side of the vehicle, and I happen to have my original service manual for this 2007 Ford Expedition, and this manual is great. It's always great to have this on hand if you guys can happen to keep one in your glove box or print one off online just to have it handy for you. Flip through the index and figure out what page the fuse information is on, and then you can go back and tells you what every fuse and what every relay does. Now this is with the fuse panel that's actually inside the truck. Now, spoiler alert, I already checked all the fuses and relays, so I know those will function just fine. But let me go ahead and show you right here on the passenger side. If you pull off this little kicker plate down here, there's a black box. See if we can get a little light on that for you guys. There we go. This black box right here. Just a little tab there. On both sides here, just squeeze in the front and the back there. And have access to all your fuses on the inside. Now, I already went ahead and checked all the fuses that were related to the blower motor and the climate control, and found that all those seem to be functioning just fine. Now, when you're checking your fuses, what you're actually looking for, and I'm just going to go ahead and grab a spare fuse here that's kept on the back side of my panel here. What you're looking for when you're checking the fuses, when you figure out, okay, which one controls the blower motor, which one controls the climate control, you pull that out either using needle nose pliers or a fuse puller tweezer like I have right here. What you're looking for is any corrosion. You want the metal to be nice and crisp and clean and clear like that one is there. On both sides, you're looking for corrosion, you're looking for burn marks, and you're also looking on the inside there. See that squiggly line? Looks like a S. What you're looking for is to make sure that that is complete, that there's no burn marks, it's not broken somehow. Think of like a light bulb. When the filament breaks, you can look inside and see how it's not fully connected. You're looking for the same thing on your fuses. That lets you know whether the fuse is bad or not. When it comes to relays, there's some more tests you can actually do, because you can't really look at a relay and see if it's bad. One of the things you can do with relays, if you have a spare relay, you can swap it out, or swap out a relay, which is going to be a big guy like this, swap it out with another one that's just like it, using a less important circuitry, switch it out and see if that fixes your issue. If that doesn't fix your issue, you know it's not one of those. Now, a common reason for blower motors, let's go ahead and get this put back together. A common reason the blower motor in the front might not be working on these particular vehicles that I found during my research is right down here, guys. Right here, you see this? This is where the blower motor housing is. This right here, this connector tends to have wires that come loose because people's feet are coming up here kicking it because of just being old. So what you want to do is you want to give it a wiggle. You want to make sure all those wires are fully connected. You want to push in the black tab where my thumbnail is, push it in, and work the plug loose. You want to look at the plug. Is there any corrosion going on in there? If not, if this wire checks out wiggling, doesn't fix the issue. If checking for corrosion doesn't fix the issue. All of my research and making sure all the fuses check out just fine leads me to believe my issue is this guy right here, where it actually plugs into. All right, guys, and what this thing is called here, this is called your blower motor resistor. Now, when this plug comes in here, this allows electricity to come through, and this actually tells the blower motor to turn on and off. And it's actually held in place. You see one bolt here, an 8mm bolt on this side, and there's one directly on the other side. Now, I went ahead and ordered myself a new blower motor resistor a couple days ago. It came in the mail today, so let's go ahead and swap this cat out. Being on the dashboard doesn't provide for the best angles, but let's go ahead and get this 8mm for you guys. Let's go and get this 8mm hooked on here. Not the most thrilling of the videos, that's for sure. We'll go and we'll work that one loose, we'll work out the other side, and we'll come back to you so you guys can actually see the final product. Alright guys, and there you go. I got the old blower motor resistor out. It's actually the plastic itself just seems a little loose. And this is original, this is OEM, this is from 2007. So it's old, these things will go out. Electrical parts, they have a lifespan, guys. They don't last forever. I mean, this thing has a lot of electricity going through it. It's also gonna be hit with the heat and air conditioning coming out of the vent as well, and all that climate stuff, as well as people kicking their feet down here. I mean, these things will go bad. That's all right, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you look up here, so you can see, that's just where it goes. Just slips in that slot there, plugs in, tells everything, hey, it's time to play. Now let's go ahead and find our new one, which is right here. And again, it was just two 8mm bolts. I had to switch between a longer 8mm socket and a shorter one, just as you can see here how far set back in from the sides there it was actually get to the bolt head. And so that was a bit of an issue I ran into. Right here we have our brand new blower motor resistor. And what I always like to do is match part to part, side by side comparison. Well, that looks pretty good. Oh yeah. Well, bit of a different design, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 prong connector. Let's go ahead and hook it up and install. It's gonna be the exact reverse, and hopefully we'll finally have some some from blower motor working in the front, so we can actually defrost some windows. All right, guys, new relays is installed. The new connector gave me a little bit of trouble working it in there, just because the prongs, you see the prongs in this one, they're a little stiffer. They didn't want to actually go into the slots on the connector a little bit, so I had to work her in there, work it around just until I could feel it connect and slide it all the way up there, and then click. Now let's go ahead. Let's go on over here. Ooh, it is getting dark out. Look at that beautiful skyline. Come over here, and let's see if we finally have some front heat, because it is actually starting to snow a little bit. And so it'd be real nice to defrost these windows. Let that noise shut down, radio's off. Yeah, go away. Here we go. Moment of truth. And there we go. Can you hear that? There we go. Woo! She's a humming. So we finally have ourselves front heat again. And she's working through all the vents. Crank her up all the way. There we go. Perfect. So the issue was our blower motor resistor. Oh yeah. That feels real nice. Beautiful. Let's go and switch this back to feet and defrost, so we can start melting some of this snow that's coming down. Alright guys, and there you go. We went ahead and changed our blower motor resistor on a 2007 Ford Expedition with a 5.4 liter Triton V8 motor. And that was the issue why our front vents weren't having the fan circulate no matter what setting it was in. The front vent was not circulating. The rear vent was, but the front wasn't. It was a blower motor resistor. Could have been the blower motor itself. Thankfully for us, it was just resistor. But guys, always check your fuses on your relays first. Refer to your manual, or look up online exactly which fuse or relay is for the blower motor or the climate control itself. Make sure those are okay first. All right, check those, and then that's not 99% of the time it's gonna be a blower motor resistor. We're gonna swap that out, 5 minutes, no problems. Now we got full access to all our vents. Come summertime, come wintertime, doesn't matter. We'll be good to go. Guys, like, subscribe, drop any comments below, and as always, take a minute out of your day or night, to do some maintenance. We'll catch you next time.